Hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for clicking on this video and welcome back your faces. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. It wasn't a great movie, but it's not a bad movie. Yes, it's got a lot of stuff wrong with it, but it's also very faithful to the games. To be honest with you, it's a little bit too faithful to the games, which makes it kind of bad, because the director just wanted to make sure, oh, do you guys see this? That's Resident Evil. Remember this shot from the first game? Remember this from the second game? Remember this as well from Nemesis? This little part by here. Here's the police station, which down to the marble on the flooring, everything was picture perfect with the games. Sadly, the film is a little bit too dark, which I like to say is actually an Alien vs Predator Requiem kind of disease, because that film, you literally got to turn the brightness up full blast and you still can't see what's going on. This film had the same thing. Now, don't get me on with the casting, because some of the casting is perfect, but some of the casting is, we'll do this for diversity, we'll do this for the woke crowd. You could tell that exactly for it. But that's not what we're here for today. What we're here for today is the following. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City concept art shows unused monsters. And to be honest with you, this concept art is absolutely phenomenal. So the VFX studio behind Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, has shared a collection of terrifying concept art which never made it into the final film. New images released by the visual effects team behind Resident Evil showcases a number of monster designs that never made it into the final movie. Based on the hit Capcom video game series which began in '96, Welcome to Raccoon City serves as both the 7th live-action film in the franchise and a reboot of the film series, previously headlined by Milla Jovovich. Shortly after 2016's Resident Evil The Final Chapter was released, Constantine Films announced a series reboot. It was in development, with Aquaman director James Wan set to produce. But December 2018, he left to produce Mortal Kombat instead, and the writer actually went along with him. But the writer, his script kind of has made it out online, and a lot of people are like, this is a good script. Why didn't they stay with it? Obviously, because Mr. Roberts, who directed and wrote the new one, he probably said, oh, I want to write and direct it as well, small budget, and they're like, okay, But, so, written and directed by 47 Meters Down's Johannes Roberts, Welcome to Raccoon City sought to go right back to the game's franchise roots, choosing to focus on adapting the first two games in the long-running series. Starring the Maze Runner's Kaya Scodelario, I do apologise, and Robbie Amell as siblings Claire and Chris Redfield. But to be honest with you, with Kaya, I prefer it in Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Dead Men Tell No Tales. So the film is set during the late 90s and sees Kayla's Claire return to her hometown of Raccoon City ahead of a disastrous zombie outbreak. Praised for remaining faithful to the original games, Roberts has already expressed interest in directing a sequel based on the storyline from Code Veronica and Resident Evil 4. Could be good. Resident Evil 4 is one of the best ones. As you can see by there, that is just phenomenal concept art. Look at that. I would love to have seen that on screen. So recently, Applied Arts FX Studio, who helped bring the film's terrifying zombie hordes to life on screen, has taken to Instagram to share some early concept art of monsters that never made it the final cut, including both human-like and more bestial creatures. The concept art also contains what appears to be some early concept for Lisa Trevor, one of the Umbrella Corporation's early experiments. Check out the images below. As you can see straight away, that is just... When you're doing a zombie film and it's this kind of film, Resident Evil, I would have tried to have that worked in this somehow, because that just looks gorgeous, for concept art for a creature. That could have been amazing on screen, if lit correctly. We got another one by here, which again, you could say that they could have maybe looking for a new Nemesis type character, they were trying to create him, but you got that one by there. But then you get into the really nitty-gritty cool stuff of it all. Let's enlarge. So gotta be careful so I don't get demonetized. Obviously you got all of that by there. This is my favourite one. That is just phenomenal, and I wish they used that for Lisa Trevor. That would have been amazing. But then you got all of these coming out from, it's just, look at it. It's just so good. Obviously, that would have been down in the sewers, the alligator-type monster. You know, we got one there which is being dissected. That there just looks awesome, you know? And I hate spiders as well. But here we go, Lisa Trevor, which some of the early concept design for it, which it just looks awesome, you know? It just looks brilliant, and this could have made for a really, really good, scary movie on the big screen. But that's what we got by there. And as you can see, offering a much darker take on the source material and the Miller films, this collection of early concept art shows the more terrifying approach that Roberts was aiming for. While these early designs never made into the finished product, it would be all too easy to imagine these creatures wandering the halls of Spencer Mansion. Yeah, I would love to have seen it. Perhaps if a sequel is greenlit, they may end up getting a second chance at life on the big screen. While video game adaptations have long proven themselves a difficult nut for Hollywood to crack, the future of the Resident Evil franchise still looks bright. In addition to the latest bigs for an adventure and last year's animated Infinite Darkness on Netflix, Netflix is also getting ready to release their own live-action Resident Evil TV series, which I'm a bit like that because that one literally has gone go woke, go broke sort of thing. They've cast actors for the roles, and they are the complete opposite of what their characters are in the main story of the games, which Capcom has been known to basically be like, don't change a thing, but Netflix kind of has, which is absolutely ridiculous. But one thing as well, obviously, if there is going to be a sequel for this one, it might all depend on how much money it's actually made, because here in the UK, Odeon, which is the biggest cinema chain, which is owned by AMC, they actually fell out with the people who were actually doing the film, and they just didn't show it in Odeon. So to me, that's like, well, you didn't show it in Odeon, or you had like one cinema in my area. And remember, I live in Cardiff now, which is the main city of Wales, and only one cinema had it, and they were showing like 2 showings a day. And it's like, I'm not going to go pay money there if I got a fan screening thing down in Odeon. You know, I'm not going to go to another one, pay there, well, I can just go here and get free. But as we have a quick look before we go, it's saying, so we got, the film was made for $25 million, and the box office was $33 million. To be honest with you, that could be, again, is a number of reasons, you know. But we got how it went, critical response in the box office. January the 2nd, it's grossed 16 million in the United States and 14 million worldwide. So for a total of 33. It's just like, come on. But as you can see, in the States, it was released alongside House of Gucci, which is one of my favourite films of last year, and Encanto. I still haven't seen that. It's meant to be amazing. But it's just sad to see that when they put this out there, it was like, you're not really putting it out at a time when it would be good. For example, Resident Evil would have been a better film to go out on Halloween weekend, the weekend after Halloween Kills came out. But you know, that's what it's got. But we got by here the possible sequel, just saying that he wants to expand on it and he wants to do Resident Evil 7 Village, see how they could do that. Which, fingers crossed, if they can do Resident Evil 7 as a film and they stay with what's in the game, that's going to be one hell of a story and one hell of a grisly action horror film. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.